All right, we are live. First time in a couple of weeks. I feel like it's been in an eternity. So how many people we can get on here right quick. All right, let's check the old. Get on the old book of face here real quick.
Yeah, I'll share it here in a minute.
Oh yeah, I got to do that. That's right.
I just shared it.
Okay, and privacy, public. Hello to our one person that might be me.
It's probably both of us sharing it.
Yeah, probably. Oh shoot, that's funny. All right, it has been shared. All right. Awesome. We got a whole 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, probably just us sharing.
3 people
All
now.
right. Oh, look at that. We are moving, baby. We are moving. All right, guys. It is Tuesday. It is Open Fields Podcast. It is your host, Ryan Fields. It is your co-host, Ethan Landis. E, what's going on?
What's up, baby? Boogity, boogity, boogie. Let's go podcasting. How about that?
Look at you, man. Raising hell and praising Dale. That's what it's going on.
That's right. We're doing it for Dale, baby.
Yeah, I was not a Dale fan. Sorry to say. I was numero dos, Rusty Wallace, baby. Rusty Wallace, and the old Miller Genuine Draft, Miller Light Car. That was my guy.
Yeah, then he switched over though, didn't he? Like he switched at the end of his career from Miller Lite to someone else.
He was Miller Lite and then went to. No, he just changed. He was a Ford for a long time. I believe he was Pontiac before he was in with the Miller car, because he won the Winston Cup in 1989.
Doogie and the
old Rainbow Warrior, baby. Jeff Gordon.
I remember one of the quotes from Dale Earnhardt whenever he's in an interview. He's like, "Yeah, you get a little rough when you're racing, but if it's Jeff Gordon, you put that sumbitch into the wall."
No, I never really was a big fan of Jeff Gordon.
Respect.
But anyway, guys, again, welcome to the Open Fields Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Fields. Got your co-host, Ethan Landis. Today, we're going to be talking about upcoming holiday, 2 days away, 4th of July. We're going to talk about several things: traditions, memories, food, because you got to talk about food when it comes to 4th of July. E, first and foremost, got my coffee.
Yep.
You got yours? Yes, awesome. Sir. I feel like before we started doing this, I felt like we needed to call it coffee talk. From a legal standpoint, we can't, and I'm kind of partial to Open Fields myself. But if you got the coffee talk reference, then you're old like me. But let me ask: do you know what coffee talk is?
Off the top of my head, no. But I'm sure I've heard it before.
So Coffee Talk was a skit on SNL with Mike Myers, where he pretended and played a character called Linda Richman and had a real thick New York accent. And,
I remember it now. Yeah.
Played a stereotypical Jewish lady with a New York accent with big fingernails. And that's actually what Wikipedia's definition of what it was is stereotypical Jewish woman with long painted fingernails, gold jewelry, New York accent. And he apparently come up with the idea for that character. It was based off of his mother-in-law. So, but she had that real thick New York accent, and it's Coffee Talk with Linda Richman.
I remember that now. Yeah, I remember because I remember watching like top skits of SNL, and that was definitely one of them.
Yeah, so no, but like I said, for legal reasons, we can't name it Coffee Talk. But anyway, so yeah, today's episode, we're going to be talking about 4th of July. So 2 days away. I'll go ahead and I'll ask you, man. So 4th of July, what does the 4th of July mean to you, to your family, to what you had growing up?
Yeah, see, I had a funny answer until you added in like to the family thing. I was gonna say booze, baseball, and bottle rockets, but I mean, we can we can
You
go,
can still
but
use that.
yeah, it is what it is. But um, no, it's just it's always been a time where like we've had cookouts, just had fun. Um, watched a few like World War II documentaries. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just a time to have fun, have a cookout, get together, hang out with some of your closest friends and family. It's one of those.
Absolutely.
I think it's something that's always brought my family together. We've had big family cookouts, we've had small family cookouts, we've had everything in between. We've had people coming over, all types of stuff. So, um, and banging food, that's another thing that's like 4th of July is means to me for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, like for me, obviously, it was a chance to get to our family's river camp and go down and just relax for the weekend, relax for a couple of days, depending on when, of course, the 4th of July was. Unfortunately, I feel like, and maybe you can help me on this, or maybe you disagree. But as I've gotten older, I feel
Mhm.
like you would think like, yes, taking Camden down to the river camp, having him watch the fireworks and stuff, and him get excited, is awesome. Don't get me wrong, love that. But now as an adult, do
Mhm.
you think, in your opinion, that maybe is the same as mine? Do you think it's kind of lost its luster from when you were a kid? Because in a way, to me, it kind of has.
Somewhat. I mean, it's still a time where you can kinda get together with, like, your friends and family and stuff like that, but, um, we never really did, like, the giant, like, American flags everywhere, all type of stuff like that. We never got that big, but, um, it's always kinda stayed the same in terms of, like, my family and our get-togethers, but, um, yeah, I mean, fireworks don't really hit the same when you're a little bit older, I'll tell you that. Like, they're not quite as exciting,
Yeah, because
but
you're the one having to set the damn things off. That's why.
well, there's that. I mean, like, you kinda know the end result, like, it goes boom, and, like, I've seen it a
Yeah.
million times, and it's like yeah, and, you see it a million times, and it's like, "Oh, cool, it's exploded again." But, um, and I see,
Yeah.
like, kids get more enjoyment out of fireworks now than I would.
Oh, I mean, and I get that, and it's like, now, as when I was a kid growing up, and I mean, obviously, I still do. We used to have big ass games of wiffle ball down at camp.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
where everybody got involved, and I'm talking from dad to stepmom to aunts and uncles to the other kids. Where I mean, we were play like it was no tomorrow. And that's really what I miss, but we don't really do that much anymore nowadays, because the kids nowadays just want to play on the four-wheelers and things like that. And it's like I said, it's kind of lost its luster from when I was a kid. Not as many people go down to the river camp, but I tell you, food is pretty damn good still. I will give it that.
Yeah, we did home run derby wiffle ball. We didn't do, like, a whole game or anything like that because it was just whatever, but we did, like, wiffle ball home run derby. And, like, the coolest thing about, like, backyard or front yard home run derby games was that you had to pick what's a home run,
Hmm.
right? So, like, you've been to my parents' house before, like, we have a really big front yard, but
Hmm.
our home run was you'd have to hit it off of the roof of the house. Like, you had to square it up and hit it dead center, or else nothing else was a home run.
Hmm.
Um so, like, that was always kind of fun is, like, what's gonna be the home run next year if we're, like, or if we're here or we're in the backyard or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but that's definitely wiffle ball is definitely something that we played for sure.
Yeah, and I love wiffle ball. Of course, love baseball. I'm rocking even though it's a Mariners hat, I do like the Orioles. We all know, but I felt like it matched the hat or the shirt better. Rocking the Killing Me Smalls T-shirt, because that, to me, that's what reminds me of the 4th of July, because it's in the middle of summer. You're playing baseball, playing wiffle ball. Baseball means a lot to me. Movies, of course, too, and just having the movie The Sandlot be based around baseball,
Mhm.
and friendship and all that fun stuff. So that's why I chose to wear the "You're Killing Me" Smalls. Now you rocking the Dale Earnhardt T-shirt, the classic, the Man in Black, and then
Mhm.
that god awful bullshit New York Yankees hat. But I know,
See,
so
it's the 4th of July Yankees hat, actually.
yeah, I don't have any American thing. I think I have one American themed T-shirt, and the only reason I have it is because my stepmom got all cricket happy and made it for the family, and she made a whole bunch of shirts, which I mean I still wear it. Don't get me wrong, like I'll wear it around the house or I'll wear it as an undershirt because I mean it's a light gray T-shirt and it's nice. Don't get me wrong, but definitely don't have very many American themed. I mean I could have rocked the Hulkamania T-shirt because right there, that is. And I realized, thanks for reminding me, Doogie. Guess who the freaking Orioles play tonight? Didn't realize it. The Mariners.
Yep.
I was just like, that was the first hat I picked out and it matched the shirt. I'm like, son of a bitch.
I was just about to say that too. I was like, man, it's pretty crazy. The O's are playing them right now or tonight, and you're just going ahead and wearing a Mariners shirt.
Yeah, I'm taking the hat off and I'm rocking the gray hair. I don't care. Gray hair don't care. It's done. So
hey, it doesn't get more American than the Intimidator, baby. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, like I said, I was a Rusty Wallace fan growing up, so that's just me. But anyway, so hey, coming back to actually, you know what? I know we only have a handful of people watching. Doogie said I thought about going up to Pittsburgh to root for the Redbirds this week. Look at you, buddy.
Bad time to do it. And I bet they have a big ass firework display too.
Absolutely. And Doogie, you can help me with this. Maybe Matt Miller comes back into watching this at some point. Marcus, if he's watching. Marcus is usually watching. I don't know where Marcus is.
Yeah, he's usually on.
I have a thought. I have what's the word I'm looking for here? I have a suggestion. So what do you think we as a group, everybody knows about our group chat that we've talked about in previous episodes. What do you think to starting sometime, whether it be this year, next year, whatever, a annual adult home run derby, wiffle ball home run derby every 4th of July?
I'm down.
How cool would that be?
I'm down.
Like it doesn't matter where it's at, just whether it be the weekend before, weekend after 4th of July, we all get together. It gives us all a chance to get together and just, play wiffle ball, hang out, just enjoy the time together and, bring kids, whatever. It's cool. But our adult friends, just wiffle ball, home run derby like old times. I think that'd be awesome.
No running the bases and no pulled muscles. I think we got it.
Exactly. We don't have to worry about all that because we're getting older and wiffle ball's still awesome. So as long as it isn't softball, I tried it once and sucked.
Yeah. I couldn't wait on the ball, Doogie said.
I mean, I'm all for playing, getting together and playing a round of golf, which we really got to get you out on the course because that seems to be the thing now is, more people playing golf in our group, but or even especially on PlayStation 5 and everything. But I'd be down for an adult home run derby every 4th of July. That would be awesome.
Absolutely. And we could get like a championship belt from Walmart or something.
I would throw in on that for sure. Gary says, I know some people that already play in the morning of 4th of July every year down at Riverside, and they try to have a full baseball game every year. That's awesome. Doogie's in. So there's one. Doogie, thank you.
I couldn't do a full baseball game. No shot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I play on Sundays in adult softball league, but whew, man. I'd say I'm hurting on Mondays for sure.
Yeah, no chance.
I need to fix my glasses a little bit.
We went to Hershey Park Sunday, and my back was so jacked up after yesterday. The amusement parks just hit different after you get older, man. That's all I know. It was miserably hot too, which was another thing, but it was a great time. It was such a good time.
But see, I'm not a big roller coaster fan, so I can't do roller coasters. Now Camden, apparently he's going to be our little daredevil.
I you know what? I'll take the hit for the next day just to enjoy the roller coasters because it was so fun. Hershey has a new ride, the Wildcat's Revenge. They took down the old Wildcat because it needed it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, dude, it needed it. It was that thing was rickety. On the final approach to at the end of it, the shit would shake back and forth. So but they built a bigger and better one in its place.
It still, as I say, is it still wooden?
It's a wood steel hybrid. So it's awesome. It was my favorite ride at the park by far. Um, it wasn't even close. Yeah, Marcus is here.
There's
It was
Mark. There he is,
Yeah.
buddy.
It was awesome. We rode that one twice.
Gotcha.
My top 3 there definitely were now the Wildcats Revenge, the Fahrenheit, and I think the Storm Runner are my 3 favorite there.
Gotcha. Actually, I will tell you my favorite rides at Hershey Park are no, and hell no. I don't know if you've heard of them or not, but yeah, not doing that. But it's funny to me. So little insight to me, and I'll get back to the 4th of July stuff here in a minute. But
it kind of goes along with it, like amusement parks.
Well, yeah,
that's
you're
another
right.
like theme of the summer, 4th of July. There's a lot of like cool things that happen at amusement parks on the 4th of July. They all have some special stuff going down. That's another. It's like a staple of summer, man.
And
amusement parks. Go ahead.
I'm gonna throw this out here, by the way. This is my other drink of the evening. It is from Taco Bell.
I can't tell what it is. My entire world is red right now.
It is red. Well, ish. So basically, what this is, and I saw it on like Instagram or TikTok or something, from Taco Bell. You go, you fill about half to just a little above half with Baja Blast Mountain Dew. Put about a third of the way up of strawberry lemonade, and you top it off with Starry. Delicious.
See, and I don't do soda anymore, so I'm kind of already out when you say Baja Blast, but it sounds good.
I don't really do soda either, and I tell you, yeah, I see you, Marcus. I see you. But I really don't do soda. Pop, it's pop to me. Sorry, I was just going off what you said. It's pop to me. Let me see you guys in the comments. Is it pop or soda? I want to hear from you guys.
I say soda, or I say what the name brand is.
It's
I
pop.
refuse to say pop.
Yeah, and Doogie said I don't do soda either. It's pop, yeah. Doogie. Anyway, it's actually fresh out of the machine with ice in it. Delicious.
I'm sure it's awesome.
So, see, it's soda. No, it's not. It's not. It's pop. Grandma
called it tonic. Wow.
Nice. That's new. But it's soda. It's not. Or, sorry, it's not soda. It's pop. It's not pop. It's pop.
Is soda. You're right.
No, I was reading it and I was like, no, it's pop. 100%. Gary, you're wrong. Doogie, you're wrong. Marcus, you're wrong.
You're getting outnumbered here, Chief.
I really am. It's like, all right, then if it's pop, if it's not pop, I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting the whole podcast down. Anyway, but you're right though. It is really good actually. Give it a shot. Like I said, it's a little over half of Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Top it with strawberry lemonade and top it with Starry, and it's actually really good.
Again, it sounds good. All the ingredients sounds like they would go well together. I'm just not a soda guy. I've kind of stuck with it for 7 years now, and I'm just kind of not going back.
And actually, Doogie, it's what you do to the weasel, or what the weasel does. Pop goes the weasel.
Nope.
And why does pop go to the weasel? Because the weasel will pop.
It didn't hit. It's the balloon.
Whatever. Anyway. So, anyway, to all you jerks out there who think it's soda and not pop, co-host included. So yeah.
Anyways, you were talking about like amusement parks, and you kind of went off on like a side tangent.
Yeah, well, because I was drinking it, I was just like, you know what, it is. Well, like, yeah, I could see where amusement parks would kind of fit into that realm of 4th of July traditions. Like I said, for me, it was wiffle ball, it was river camp. It was going down there, actually spending the night. This is, of course, pre-cell phone or pre-smartphones. We'd actually camp in either campers or we'd throw our tents up and camp in those. Not very rarely do we ever really actually stay there anymore. But then again, and I don't know if my grandmother's watching. She may be. She was earlier. I did see. But to kind of get a little deep here, unfortunately, with the stuff with the river camp, it's kind of lost. It's lost a little bit more since my grandfather died in 2015. Like we don't, and even before that, like when he was, sick and stuff, and in the hospital and in the nursing home, like I don't know. Ever since he got sick or was in the nursing home after he passed, like I don't know. It feels and hits different now. And maybe that's just me getting older, and maybe she can agree or disagree with it, but we still go down, we still have fun, but it's more relaxed now. It's not like hustle and bustle of trying to make sure everything's taken care of and food is ready to go and stuff like that. It's not a big show per se. But like I said, maybe that's because I'm getting older. Maybe I have more responsibilities worrying about Camden and the other kids and things like that. But I don't know. I just feel like it's lost a little bit of its excitement, maybe. But I still do enjoy going down there, and that's one of my traditions is going down there. Obviously, baseball is a tradition for me every year, not just 4th of July and summer. So,
yeah. See, we were never like a river camp family, so we never did any of that type of stuff. It was always like, what family member's house are we going to go to have a cookout? It was most of the time it'd be at our house or at my grandma's house before she passed. But yeah, it was just one of those things where we kind of just got the family together at one of the houses and just had a cookout or played horseshoes. That's another big one too, like horseshoe tournaments and shit like that. So, but yeah, we just never were a river camp. So I mean, like I can't really. I think I did like a river camp like one time, which it was nice and everything, but like, could have done the same thing at the house pretty much. Just
yeah.
And
I'll tell you, and I went down to my old boss, Jason Brooks's family, their campground last year for our employee cookout and everything last summer. And I tell you, they have a horseshoe pit that he's put some time and effort into. Horseshoes, freaking awesome. I love horseshoes. I can play horseshoes all day long.
It's the game that I forget how to play until I play for like a round, and then I'm like, okay, I remember now.
Yeah.
Every single year, I'm like, man, I can't remember how this goes or how the scoring works. And then we start playing. I'm like, oh, I got it now. Oh, we're good.
Just like riding a bike, my dude. Just like riding a bike.
And then like more recently too. I mean, like I say more recently, but like within like the last, like what 10 years or something like that, cornhole's gotten really big too. So that's another thing that people start playing around that time. But horseshoes, cornhole, wiffle ball, food. It's just it's just a good time. You know what I mean? You get all those things mixed together or whatever, and it's how can you not have a good time?
Absolutely. And like I mean, don't get me wrong. I do love playing cornhole. That's what I played in college, but I think that's where I lose it a little bit when it comes to playing like my family. It's got a different perspective when you're playing your family in cornhole. I'm not sitting there drinking, getting hammered drunk, or, the rules aren't the same. Funny story for those who I'm not afraid to share this. But that used to be our thing, of course, in college is, and right next door when, Friday night, Saturday night, we'd get everybody together, give us a reason to go out and drink beer and get pretty sloshed, on the weekend. And that's what we do is we play cornhole out in front of the house. And, there might be a rule that if you get shut out, you had to run around the house naked. And I may have had to run around the house naked a couple of times. When I say, I mean, it wasn't my finest moment, or moments, but you know what? There are people that might not be watching this, but they can attest to that.
So the rules.
Yep, them's the rules. Them's the rules. It's just like Mark is talking about hitting fairway shots. It's just like if you don't drive past the ladies' tee on the golf course, you know what I mean? It's one of those situations. But if you don't know that rule, look it up. But anyway, so it kind of gives it a little bit of a different feel when you're playing with or against your family. It's like, oh well, you got shut out. It's not the same rules anymore.
See, my competitiveness really comes out no matter what I'm playing. So like everything turns into kind of game 7, especially when like the game's on the line. It really comes down to it, you know what I mean? And it stops being fun for a second. It starts becoming like I need to destroy them right now. And I don't care if he's my 12-year-old nephew or whatever. Yep. Let's go.
Exactly. So like if you ever get a chance to, or if you haven't, obviously if you get to like go to the beach for the summer around this time, cornhole on the beach, awesome. Or which I really love to play, when my grandfather's got me into it a lot because they play a lot down in Myrtle Beach, is bocce ball on the beach.
Never played it.
Oh, it's so much fun. So much fun. It hits different. at the beach, on the beach, in the sand than it does on like just a regular backyard to me. But I still rock the bocce ball.
So speaking of like backyard games for like 4th of July.
No lawn darts. No lawn darts.
That's exactly what I was about to say. They banned lawn
That shit was
darts.
dangerous,
like,
man.
Yeah, they banned them things like at Nam.
Yeah.
You can't play that shit anywhere now.
That's why you see these middle-aged or older fellas coming in. Oh, what happened? Well, how'd you lose your eye? Lawn dart incident in 74.
Like scars on the top of their feet and you know what I mean?
Missing toes because of lawn darts.
Yeah. No more lawn darts. It looked like a cool game, but like I can definitely see where that can get out of hand.
And those things were heavy, man. Like they were not light. But I see why. Like you had to chuck those things up there. Woo. Kids nowadays.
You get a couple bruises in you, they'll think all of a sudden your reaction time doesn't get too good. You're not paying attention where them darts are going, and we'll end up in your
couple
foot.
Beers in you. You're missing some toes.
I'm taking these off. My ears started to hurt.
Nice,
but
because that's why you need to take them off.
No, my ears started to hurt, like because like everything's like kind of just like right here.
Yeah, like I don't already know.
I'm just saying. You're not wearing a hat now, so.
That is true. I'm not wearing. You can see, and Doogie said earlier, where was it? Wait till you're 40. Doogie, I will be 40 in 4 months, man. I get it. I'm 4 months away, but I hurt like I'm 60. So,
and then like, so what? Like back on like the amusement park thing. Like, what doesn't help you is that you're sweating so much because you're walking around, you're on concrete.
I remember what I went off on that tangent you said, and I was like, man, what was I gonna? I know exactly what it was now.
Yeah, so you're walking around on concrete and it's hot as hell, and you're sweating like nobody's business. Thankfully, like I and here's a tip for anybody out there that's going to be watching, and you're going to go to an amusement park. Go ahead and buy the $4 bottle of water, whatever. It sounds like a lot. But at Hershey Park specifically, they have water fountains that will fill your bottles for free. So you pay $4 for a water bottle, and you can fill it up as many times as you want for free. So you're paying $4 for all day water, basically. So that's my big tip. I must have filled my water bottle about 12 times, and it was empty every single time I filled that thing up. Just because we were always get the fast pass. That's another thing. It does sound like, and it is a little bit more of an expense for sure. I understand that part, but man, if you go on a crowded weekend and you don't have a fast pass, you're going to ride 3 things in about 7 hours. This is just how it goes. We've been there before, and like ever since that time, I've vowed to never not get a fast pass for our amusement park. It's kind of essential at this point because of how many people show up and how, like, more people know about these rides, and you see these lines and they don't move quick. You think it's going to be quick, but it's not.
Maddie said, and she can actually attest to me playing cornhole in college as well. But she said, I am now 43. Wait till you eat things you've never had problems with before and now have a reaction, or you throw your back out sneezing. I almost did that. I have slightly done that before.
I'm damn near there at 32. So.
I've sneezed. I've tried to hold it in. I've like literally come up like holding my back because I've like pulled a muscle. Hell, I got out of the car and stepped out of the car and pulled a muscle or did something to where my back was tight for 2 days. I was like, what in the hell?
Again, I remember I made the joke about it, but it's just 100% real. Like, I don't even notice I do it until like I'm in the moment. Like, you bend over to tie your shoe or something and you make a noise.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's just me getting fat too. I've realized that like it takes a lot more effort to put a pair of socks on nowadays than what it used to too. But
you drop something, you bend over to pick it up, you're making noise to bend it to pick it up. It's I get it.
A funny story I'll tell you about, and I'll get back to what I was going to say about amusement parks is even today at work, I was telling a customer today, I'm like, it's like every 5th or 6th step, I'm hearing my knees like snap, crackle, and pop. I'm like, I'm not 40 yet. Where in the hell is this coming from?
Yeah, my shoulders popped.
But anyway, so what I was going to say was, and I'm glad you reminded me, is like I'm not an amusement park guy. I don't really like roller coasters.
Okay.
It's not necessarily like I'll go to Disney World, I'll ride, and this is going to make you laugh because of the way I'm going to say it, but I'll go to Disney World. I've been to Disneyland. I'll ride Space Mountain.
Okay.
Love me some Space Mountain.
Okay.
Not the Ric Flair Space Mountain, for
Not
those who
Ric
get
Flair.
the joke. Yeah, not
Okay.
Ric Flair. I don't mind that. But you get like Phantom's Revenge at Kennywood, or
Mhm.
like you said, the Wildcat at Hershey Park, or whatever. I don't really do it because of the height aspect. I
Okay.
am afraid of heights. I am terrified of heights. I can watch a video on YouTube where somebody's jumping off of out of a plane or jumping off of a building, and I get nauseous. But I tell you what, I do not. And I'm getting ready to fly here in a couple of months out to Vegas again. I don't mind flying. I really don't. Like,
Mhm.
I will be in that window seat. I'll be looking out the window, 30,000 feet in the air, looking at like that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I can literally stand on the ground on my 2 feet, look straight up at a tall building, and I will get nauseous because I'm that scared.
I'm kind of the same way, but roller coasters don't bother me. I think it's because I'm strapped in, and like I'm pretty like I'm 99% sure that like nothing ever is gonna happen, right? Because like these things are so like safe. They do all these like safety like checks and all that type of stuff. Sure, things happen, but whatever. I'm strapped
Yugi's the
in.
same way.
But as long as I'm strapped in, I'm fine. Like we went, so we went on Fahrenheit. And this thing,
Mhm.
man, it is like straight up, right? And it goes back down at like a 91-degree angle. So you're almost inverted when it comes down. So you're like right over top of everything. And I have it the time of my life. My hands are up. I'm just like having the time of my life. It does like, but if I go to like an overlook, I can't look over the edge or it gets me dizzy and just like a little bit like shaky.
That's what Doogie said. Dizzy watching it on TV or YouTube with heights, but he loves flying too. So like that's kind of what I'm saying is like I don't get it. Like I will fly. I will now. I will say this, and I know we're getting way off topic here, but I seriously like I would love to go to Europe. I
Mhm.
would love to go to Australia, but I get nervous flying over water.
That makes sense. I'd probably be the same way.
I think it's because it's just a view of nothingness that I think scares me. Like I can't do boats. I can't, and I say boat. I can't do cruise ships. I think because I can't see land. I think that's
Yeah.
what makes me nervous. And you know,
So, I mean, we flew over the Gulf when coming back from Florida. I know it's not the same as like flying over like open ocean, but um correct. Doogie says Australia has too many deadly insects,
yeah, but
spiders, and stuff. This is
Doogie,
true.
I love you. I
Everything,
love you, buddy. But you're afraid of your own shadow. I think. Like I
dude,
really think
everything
he
wants to
is.
no, everything wants to kill you in Australia. I'm with them on this one for sure. Everything wants to kill you in Australia. It is like every mammal can kill you in Australia. Every insect, every snake. It's weird. So, but yeah, I mean, like we flew over the Gulf coming back from Florida because you'd like swing around and go up to Atlanta.
Mhm.
Um, but that was fine. That wasn't that big of a deal for me. Um, I'm with you on the clowns too, Doogie.
I don't know about the third thing there,
there's a
but
there's a joke in there, but we're not gonna make it.
I got
So,
you.
um, but no, so like again, like these like harnesses for these roller coasters are so good now that I'm super comfortable with like the heights of the roller coaster. I'm cool with it. The only one that kind of gave me anxiety beforehand, and I don't know why it does to this day because I've rode it like 10 times, was the Storm Runner. And that's because it is a launch coaster. Have you ever like seen it or ridden it or anything? I know you probably haven't ridden it, but ever seen it?
The As I say, the last time I went to the last time I was at an amusement park was probably Disney World, and that was 8 years ago, something like that.
Okay. So Storm Runner, it goes out and it sits and it straight up launches you at 80 miles an hour straight.
Mhm.
And it's like one of the, like the electro like propulsion things. So it's like 80, like instantly you're going that fast. That's the part that kind of gives me anxiety because I can never remember what that acceleration's like until it hits me. And then it's awesome.
And that's the same thing with like Space Mountain. Like it shoots you off like 60, 65 miles an hour. And then you're inside that dome where it's dark and everything. And like that does, like, I can take the turns and the loops and all that. And like it's the sudden drops, it's the long drops, and it's the sudden like acceleration to where like 0 to 65 in 2 seconds. It's like, my stomach is like in my ass. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm like, I'm sitting there like I'm literally in a chair and like I'm tensing up, like I'm talking clinch from teeth to asshole. You know what I mean? Like I am like no.
On a launch coaster, man, just keep your head back. You'll be fine. But like that's the part that gives me anxiety because it's like I can't never remember what that launch is like the feeling of it until it hits me, and then it's like, okay, we're cool now. And then once I do it one time, I'm fine because like it's like, okay, that's what it's like. It's whatever. But you just can never really prepare for it if you haven't felt that in like a year or two. So
and you're right, Maddie. Clowns do suck. I'm not a fan of clowns. Can't do that.
Me either. Me either. Not a fan. So, but no, man. I think you need to get on at least one roller coaster and see if you can reevaluate.
Oh, I've been on. Like I said, I've been to Kennywood. I've been to.
You said
Kings Dominion.
8 years though.
Oh, and I hated it then, and I'll hate it now. Like I hate clowns. Do I want to walk into freaking Ronald McDonald? No, I'm good.
That's different. That's different. Those can chase you. You know, those can chase you. Roller coasters aren't going to hurt you.
Okay.
I've seen too many movies.
Yeah.
Last coaster I was on is in '94. Was that Lakemont, Doogie?
See, he's smart. 30 years ago.
But no, I love roller coasters, man. And I know Marcus is going to chime in here with the see. Yeah, I was right. It was Lakemont.
I mean, even I've been to, I'm sorry. The last, actually, no, it was about, I went to Idlewild Park probably it was about 8 years ago. And I went to Disney World about the same time. But he's not a thrill seeker. Believe me, there are other things that thrill me that are not roller coasters. Man. And so
that's just like it's become kind of like a summer tradition too. And I it was one of those things, and that's another thing, man. Family get-togethers going on. I mean, we've actually, you know what? We've been to Hershey Park on a 4th of July, I think, or a 4th of July week as a family before. Tying it back here. When I was younger, like my dad doesn't like them. That's you know, my dad doesn't like them, but my mom loves roller coasters. So they paid for the ticket. I'm getting on a roller coaster with my mom, basically is how that went. And it was kind of, you know what? This is what it's like. You're going to be fine. And as soon as I wrote it when I was like 12 or so, it was game over. I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah. So. Well, two quick stories with my whole water nervousness or whatever is back when I was working with the women's basketball team at WVU. We were flying into, I want to say Chicago. We flew over the lake. And I was able to look over. And, of course, there was another story. We flew to Hartford for the Big East tournament. We had some pretty gnarly turbulence. I may have shit myself a little bit there. But also, like, coming into Chicago, flying over the lake, like, that made me nervous. Even though I could see the city and land right there, it made me nervous. And even before that, Thanksgiving, we went out to LA for a Thanksgiving tournament. And coming home from LAX, basically you had to, and I'm backwards here, so I'm trying to figure it out. But there we go. So if you were flying this way, what we had to do was we had to fly out over the Pacific and turn back to go east. Yeah. So we had to fly over the Pacific, and I'm sitting there like I'm holding on to my seat. Like, I'm scared. And I'm like, land's right there. The airport's right there. Why am I getting nervous? But it's anytime I go over water. And I'd love to go to Europe. I'd love to go to Australia to do that. But 90% of that trip is Atlantic Ocean. So, well, Atlantic to Europe, Pacific to Australia. Plus, it's like 8 to 10 hours to Europe. It's like 22 hours to Australia. That's a long ass time in the air over water. That's going to make me nervous.
Yeah, there's a lot of connecting flights when you go to Australia. I have some friends from Australia from college, and they would fly back, and it was like a 19 to 20-hour ordeal.
That's what I'm saying. That's a pain in the ass too.
They had to fly. I think they flew from like Dulles to or Dulles or Pittsburgh to Atlanta to LA, over basically,
Yeah.
and then probably had like another connecting flight in there too. That sounds like a nightmare. That
Absolutely.
that part would give me more anxiety than the flying part over the ocean. Like just having so many connecting flights, having to run to different gates and shit. That's what would give me more anxiety.
Well, you think from Pittsburgh to LA is about a 5-hour flight. Then from LA to even like Honolulu is another 5 hours. Like that's how far Hawaii is away from the continental United States.
Yeah.
So
and then Australia is like 10 hours past that.
Another 10 to 12 from there. It's like, good Lord.
Yeah.
So I'll probably never get to Hawaii, and that's fine. Or to Honolulu, or sorry, Hawaii, really, or Australia.
Pick one. There you go,
both of them. So, but anyway, back to 4th of July. Obviously, two days away. What are your plans? What do you got going on?
I don't know yet. I may have to work Friday. That's to be determined at this point. But that's just kind of where we're at. But probably see family definitely for the weekend because my dad's birthday is actually on Sunday. So definitely gonna do something with the parents over the weekend. So that's a for sure. 4th of July, not quite sure. And you know what? I'll kind of go back to what you were saying, like kind of it's lost its luster a little bit. Since I don't live like back home anymore, right? And 4th of July kind of falls in the middle of the week sometimes. Sometimes it's just not feasible just to go back. You know what I mean? If I only have the one day off. So, it's there's times that I've missed going back on 4th of July, but anytime I get to come back, it's a good time though. So
absolutely. I mean, like that's kind of the thing is, I really love it when Camden can kind of take in that he likes the fireworks, even though you would think like, oh, fireworks, loud noises, bright lights, whatever. Like he actually enjoys the fireworks. So that to me is why I enjoy the 4th of July now as a parent, as an adult. Of course, I still love the fact that, we get together as much as possibly can. But I guess, like you said, with it being kind of on a Thursday toward the middle of the week, it's not on a weekend. It's not, it's not a Friday. It's not a Monday to where you can make it a little bit extra long weekend or whatever. So it does kind of lose it at that point. Because to me, and this is kind of off topic a little bit too, is when holidays fall on in the middle of the week, like it's hard for me to celebrate a holiday the following weekend. Like it's not the same. And I say that because like I was looking up stuff for Halloween this year, and Camden's mom and I were talking about, which by the way, shout out to Alicia. Her birthday is today, actually. Her and her twin sister Stacy. So happy birthday to you guys. Can't say I didn't do anything nice. Mentioned her on the podcast, saying happy birthday. So happy birthday, Alicia and Stacy. And all you other July 2nd birthdays. I have a couple friends of mine that are actually July birthdays or July 2nd birthdays. So happy birthday to you. But like, we're talking about taking Camden to Disney, loves Disney and loves Toy Story, loves Halloween. So talking about taking him to Disney World around Halloween. Halloween is on a Thursday, I think. 31st is Thursday. 1st is Friday. 2nd, yes. So it's a Thursday. And like, it's weird to me to celebrate a holiday the weekend after, because it's like the weekend after it's November. It's not Halloween. Like, yeah,
it's tough.
I don't know about how you feel about it, but for me, it's always harder to celebrate a holiday on the weekend. So like if a holiday is on a Tuesday, I'm not celebrating 4th of July on Saturday afternoon, the following weekend. So I just
it's tough. I mean, like you can still kind of have a get together, like and just like post 4th of July or whatever. I mean, luckily this is kind of like in closer proximity to it. It's a Thursday and not like a Wednesday or a Tuesday. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying for sure, especially with like Halloween and like Christmas is a different story because kind of everything shuts down for Christmas. That's kind of like the big one. Thanksgiving kind of the same. Everything kind of shuts down for Thanksgiving as well.
But
But
you're
like,
getting the same day every year for Thanksgiving. It's falling on a Thursday,
yeah, that's true. But a better example is Christmas though, because like even if it's in the middle of the week, like everything kind of shuts down anyways. So
Yeah.
you're able to celebrate it. But no, yeah. It's tough for the holidays like a Halloween or 4th of July if it's in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Especially because you don't know when schedules are going to be, because not like I said, everywhere shuts down for Christmas and not everywhere shuts down for 4th of July. There's still a lot of stuff that kind of goes on 4th of July. So, but yeah, I mean, you can always have like summer cookouts and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's the good thing about it is that like the things you do on 4th of July, you can kind of do every weekend.
Anytime. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like that's kind of what saves it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I do kind of digress, I guess, a little bit with like Christmas too, because you could do Christmas with family the weekend after. Like to me, I mean, it loses a little bit of luster because it's not Christmas Day, but you can still do a Christmas style get together on the weekend after if it's on a Tuesday, or it's still, maybe if it's on a Monday, of course that's great. You could do it Sunday or Saturday and it's awesome. But when it's Wednesday or Thursday, it's like then you get to Friday or Saturday, and like Danielle just said, and hey Danielle, who actually will be talking about Danielle hours here shortly too. Going back to work the Friday after a Thursday holiday, then celebrating on the weekends. I agree. Having the day off, then going back to work on Friday, and if you have the weekend off, it's like, why go back for one flipping day? Like, I mean, I get it. I have to have my schedule, like I have to have my days off in like a month ahead of time at my new job at the bank, so I get that. And of course that's why Marcus took Friday off, but not all of us can take Fridays off, but whatever.
I took yesterday off, so I really can't say much.
Yeah, but hey, more power to you guys that can take Friday after a holiday off. Like Thanksgiving, whatever.
I was not going to be useful yesterday. I was not going to be useful yesterday whatsoever.
But yeah, so like that's she brings up a very good point. Like, having to go back to work on a Friday after a holiday that's on a Thursday, it's like, and then celebrating on the weekend, that is weird. And it comes back to the Halloween thing. Like we want to take them on the weekend before to celebrate, which, okay, that I understand, but like the weekend after where it's like November, Halloween's not in November. So that's just weird to me. So
yeah, again, it's like one of those things where like 4th of July, especially, you do the same thing on 4th of July as like you do like Memorial Day weekend. You know what I mean? So, cookouts, celebrate America, let's go type of thing. But like moving forward a little bit here, like with like the 4th of July stuff, because we kind of got like sidetracked into other stuff. But
yeah,
I want to talk about food, and
we can talk about food. I know you're a foodie.
Me, I am a big food guy. And the 4th of July food. First off, this propane or charcoal.
So, from a lazy man standpoint. Yeah. Straight propane. I'm the type that actually, Marcus, I will not ask you about your wiener on here. But Bobby. But yeah, from a lazy man, get it on the grill, ready to go type, propane, 100%.
Okay.
But do you think it's maybe what you're cooking that can help you answer that question?
That's what my answer was going to be, is that it depends on what you're making, because so like culinarily, propane is definitely better for like a steak or for like burgers because you get more of an even cook, right? Yes. This is kind of going into like food nerd type of stuff. So it's a more consistent flame and it gets a more even cook on both sides on the same spot, right?
You got Emerald Landis over here.
So with charcoal, you actually have the opportunity to turn your charcoal grill into a smoker. And by doing that, it allows you to do like ribs and brisket and that type of stuff. So it does depend on what you're making. But if you're going to like do like just like burgers and dogs and or like steaks or whatever, you go propane. It's the more even cook, definitely gets you a better just a better all-around cook. So that's
gotcha.
My one tip for today. But I'm sure we can have more if you have questions about it. So
hey, and this is kind of going off track. My mind's going like 8 different directions. I know we haven't been here for a while, couple of weeks. Did we properly congratulate? We did properly congratulate the Frankfurt Falcons for winning the state championship, right?
Not yet. I mean, I was waiting for Matt to be on here because again, I have something special for Matt. So
okay. Well, I don't. I was checking the likes and the loves on the the podcast and everything, and Tina Lynch had liked the podcast, and I'm thinking, I don't know if we congratulated Frankfurt High School baseball for winning the state championship.
Yeah.
So hey, guess what? Congratulations to the Frankfurt Falcons baseball team for winning the state championship this year in Class AA. Absolutely long time coming, Doogie. That is going to be another episode we're going to have with Coach Matt Miller, who are going to be a follow-up episode with him. Ethan's been chomping at the bit because he's got this huge introduction plan for Matt, which should be fun.
It's going to be special. Everybody's going to enjoy it. Well,
but
I'm not going to say anything else because if I say anything else, it'll give it away. But that'll
fine.
be.
That's fine. Yeah. That'll be the cliffhanger. But like I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh crap, did we not send the special shout out to them for win the state championship? Hey, Frankfurt Falcons baseball team, congratulations, 2024 Class AA state baseball champions. I'm not wearing a hat because I took it off earlier, but hats off to you guys. Back to it. So yeah, like to me, propane, yeah, for sure. But like I said, depend on what I'm cooking. Because you're right, it gives it that even, that even heat to whatever you're making. But yeah, it's propane for me. Then again, when it comes to, I don't want to say manly stuff, but when it comes to like survival stuff, like fixing a fire, especially with charcoal or even just a regular campfire, I hate to admit it, I'm not that guy. But I am pro s'mores.
Use a lighter. You just use a lighter.
I know, but it's a pain in the ass trying to do.
They make lighters with like long ass tubes on them now, like specifically for like campfires and stuff. It's
I'll read you off stats. I'll be, I'll talk on a podcast. I'll talk in front of people. I do play-by-play for, the West Virginia Leviathan semi-pro football team and stream that. Have no problem. But you asked me to change my own oil. I'm sorry. I never really learned that as a kid. To change my own tire. Is it something I should know how to do? Probably yes. Unfortunately, I don't. That's
actually not hard. That one's not hard. But the oil thing, I'm with you because I never had to before, and nobody in my house ever did. We just went to the shop and just got it taken care of. So no big deal.
Judge me all you want, people. Judge me all you want, but I never learned how to properly. I could do it if I had to. Might not do it well, but I could do it. I think my biggest thing was
you might lose the lug nut or two in the drive, but it's whatever.
I might lose the tire, but you know what? I tried. You know what? And in a world of participation nowadays, I tried. So whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, like if I could change my oil. It's just there are processes that my dad's real particular about that. And I get in my own head. That's the biggest thing. So my dad. Your dad knows my dad.
Someone's been yelled at for not holding the light right. Is what I'm hearing right now.
I've been yelled at for a lot less. I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying. Someone didn't hold the light right, got yelled at.
God damn it, Bobby.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like I can change my oil and tire. Now the hornet's nest on my garage door right now is a different story. Like I said, that's funny. The things Doogie's afraid of, it cracks me up. Anyway, so
just give it a good smack and like they'll appreciate the aggressiveness, Doogie. I'm sure.
Yeah, yes, they love a good love tap. Just go
You
ahead
show
and
them who's boss with a good smack to their nest, and it'll be, they'll move away. Trust me.
yeah, absolutely. And hey, you know what? Don't forget that blinker fluid too. Never forget the blinker fluid.
Absolutely.
But anyway,
So
so yeah.
so
So my plans.
well,
My
no,
plans
we're
for
still
4th of July.
we're still on food here. Come on, let's not
Okay.
move
Well,
forward.
I mean, I was gonna talk about food too, because
I
I
don't
mean
think you
that's
were.
well, I mean, like I said, I go to the river camp, and that's where I get potato salad, pro or con,
Oh, it's a
yay or nay.
pro. Absolutely.
Okay,
But
potato salad or macaroni salad. Macaroni salad.
oh, so that depends too. So if you have a really good dill potato salad or like a red skin potato salad, that is awesome. So I'll take that over macaroni salad. But if it's kind of like your standard, um, like I don't know, like Amish style potato salad, not a big fan of that one. Um, I'll go macaroni salad with that. But like a really good dill or red skin potato salad, I'll go with that.
All right, for the 3 people that are watching, let us know what your favorite 4th of July food is. Um, I'm obviously hot dogs, hamburgers, um,
Pasta
macaroni.
salad. Now
Mac,
that's the top for me. Pasta salad.
that's
I
fair.
love some good pasta salad, man. Um, with the like the multicolored like spiral noodles with some
Mhm.
pepperoni thrown in there.
Absolutely, gotta have the pepperoni. Take out the olives.
Yeah,
Do
no
not.
give yeah, don't put the olives in that. The olives are garbage, okay? Keep that out of my pasta salad and we're set.
Yep.
But everything else you can kind of
It's
include.
like, don't throw walnut. Is it walnuts people put in their potato salad? Like who put or
Yeah,
raisins? Raisins. Who
what
puts
why?
raisins in their potato salad? Like
I
that's
see
so
Danielle
dumb.
says she's in it for the sweets. I'm assuming like pies and cakes and stuff.
Yeah, that a girl. That's what I'm talking about. I am all about some pies, some cakes. Uh, shoot, what else we got?
Listen,
And yeah, any sweets. I'm down for that.
when it comes to pies, man, I'm stereotypical like American like apple pie. Give me all of it.
Yes.
I love apple pie. Is my favorite. Peach cobbler is probably second though.
Mm. And that could be another discussion because like I'll eat an apple pie from McDonald's. I'll eat a homemade apple pie. I,
Dude,
I'm not a big fruit on dessert guy. Like I can't like peach cobbler, blueberry cobbler, you
mhm.
know, strawberry shortcake. Like I don't think fruit dessert like should be mixed in as a dessert. It's fruit.
Those
It's
are the
not a
best
dessert.
desserts though. That's
I mean,
my opinion. Like
you ever had
I
a cinnamon bun? Cinnamon
yeah,
buns are pretty freaking delicious.
I'll take
Ain't
a
no
I'll take
fruit
a
in a cinnamon bun.
I'll take a Dutch apple pie with cinnamon in it over a cinnamon bun. For sure.
I'm
Every
gonna
day of the week.
click, click, deleted. You're done.
Every day of the week.
No, I can't agree with you there, sir. Cannot agree with you there.
Or like a
It's
good
cinnamon.
like apple crisp or like cherry crisp too. Like as like a nice like pre-dessert on your plate. Oh man. I,
You rocking it with ice cream?
you were on crack. Who's on crack,
Which
Doogie? Me
one?
or Fields? Yeah.
I got a
Um,
feeling it's probably going to be me because everything Doogie has said today has disagreed with me.
I don't know.
So
Doogie's pretty particular about his foods too, so I can see him going with the cinnamon bun over the fruits for sure. Because I don't think he eats vegetables. Like so,
no,
so Cindy
thank
cinnamon
you,
rolls. So
thank you.
okay, I I
I'm on crack.
I thought the same. Okay, Cindy cinnamon rolls are awesome, but when I went up to New York with Liz and we went to this place, I forget where it was, but they had the best cinnamon rolls I've ever had in my entire life, and they were this big. And they were homemade. They were at this place. I have to look it up, but it was incredible. The most amazing cinnamon rolls I've ever had. So that's another one. Again, cinnamon rolls are my top 5 desserts. Don't get me wrong, but I'll take an apple pie over it every single day.
So with your family, like what is the most outrageous, random thing you guys have at like 4th of July get-togethers? Like, do you have anything?
Um, Not that I can think of. I mean, we've had times we've had like a like crab boil type of thing where we've done like crab legs, that type of stuff. That's not necessarily like traditional like 4th of July stuff.
Mhm.
So, um, Ben's Fresh. It is not Doogie. It is not. I can look it up here in a second. Um, but no, we've had like shrimp before. We've had like crab legs, that type of stuff. So that's not like really traditional like 4th of July stuff. So that's kind of off the wall. Um, we've done so we've done like where you get like a giant like aluminum pan like tub basically. You put it over a fire pit and you can we boil the corn over that type of stuff. That was kind of
Okay.
cool. But we've done that. Um but yeah, I mean it's like non-traditional wise, definitely like the crab legs and just like the shrimp and that kind of stuff. That's definitely something that we delve into.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I think we just have pretty traditional like food, your hot dogs, your hamburgers, your macaroni and cheese, all your pasta, macaroni salads, we'll throw some chips in there, just simple stuff. Just that's pretty much us. I mean, we get the desserts every now and again. I mean, I could talk all day long about the goodness of my Aunt Terry's chocolate pie that she brings to Thanksgiving and Christmas every year that I wish she made for 4th of July. I know she's not watching or nothing, but my grandmother might be, so maybe throw that in her ear a little bit. Hey, chocolate pie, that's good year round, not just on 4th of July.
So you know what? I'm not a big chocolate pie guy. I think that's too much. That's too much sweet for me. Mark, good one right there. The dirt pudding for sure. Dirt pudding's up there as well. Yeah, not a big
Okay,
chocolate. I think
so that
that's
right there, dirt pudding, chocolate pie, pretty much the same thing, just a graham cracker crust on top of the pudding. Like, what's the difference?
no, give me the dirt pudding. I don't need a crust around it. Just give me the pudding.
That sounded so bad. That sounded so bad, but
I don't care what it sounds like. I'm telling you the truth right now. But to answer the question before with Doogie, it was called the Bemis Point Inn. It's off of Chautauqua Lake in New York. It had the most incredible cinnamon rolls I've ever had in my entire life. But yeah, I don't get I'm not a big sweets person in general though, and I think I've made this point before with you guys, is that like I don't do a whole lot of like chocolate stuff. I don't do a whole lot of that type of stuff. Now, candies wise, I will do like the fruit candies, like the sour candies, but like the sweet candies, can't do them. Never been a big sweet candy guy. So the chocolate cakes are out for me, or like the chocolate pies, can't do it.
well, I think you just lost friends with me and Doogie. I got a feeling.
I'm calling it like I see it, man.
I gotcha. So, I mean, like I said, yeah, we've kind of established it. It sucks that it's in the middle of the week, but it still doesn't change, necessarily the meaning behind it, the allure of the 4th of July, middle of summer. To me, it's the middle of summer, even though technically the actually season of summer is only about 3 weeks old.
Mhm.
So, I mean, a little over an hour here, and where do you go from here with with your 4th of July? I mean, like I know you said you kind of not real sure on the fence. Like, where do we go with our 4th of July podcast? Because I mean, we've kind of been off the rails, back on the rails, a little off the rails. Like, where do you want to go from the rest of it?
I mean, I've kind of like explained like different like food and stuff. Like you haven't really named like your favorite like foods and stuff like that. You just named desserts. Like
Well, I mean, Danielle, she's all in it for the sweets. I'm all in it for the sweets. Sweets are good stuff, So
yeah, but I mean, you have to have a main course. Give me a good like main course over a better dessert. You know what I mean? If I'm all about the main course, I'm all about like the burger, the hot dogs, like that type of stuff over a dessert. Like I've had more main courses and no desserts than I've actually had desserts, like with a meal.
But that's kind of the thing though, is like for me, it's pretty simple. I mean,
Mhm.
it's hot dogs, it's hamburgers, it's macaroni and cheese.
Which one though? Which one?
Mm, that is a, you know what? Just because baked beans, yeah, baked beans is another one. Um, if I had to say, like my normal go-to is a good hamburger.
Hmm.
But with the spirit of the holiday, I'm putting down a couple of hot dogs. I mean, I'm it depends on the hot dog though. Like, and I will we've had that conversation. Like, I am an SK hot dog man through and through. I will eat a ballpark. I will eat a Nathan's Famous. I will eat, whatever hot dog that my family picks out from the store that's probably great value brand, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But with it being in the spirit of the 4th of July, just the day, the aura of the holiday, I'd take hot dog. Ketchup, and that's another thing too. I will rock a hot dog with ketchup and relish, or I'll get crazy and I would put just plain old barbecue sauce on my hot dog.
What are we doing? So I'm with you with the hot dogs. I'll take a hot dog over a hamburger any day of the week. I think it's definitely a how much of a hit will the hot dog competition take this year without Joey Chestnut?
Well, he won't win. He won't win it.
Yeah, he definitely won't win it. So listen,
don't
and I have
take Joey Chestnut.
Here's my thing. I think
How
Joey,
we not mention the hot dog eating contest that we're talking about 4th of July? Like, I actually pay attention to that.
It's
Like,
either
I
hit or
want to
miss
know
for
who
me
wins it.
some days. Well, you know what? Joey Chestnut turned Benedict Arnold was what I say. So
yeah, that's a good point.
He signed with what is it, Vegan Dogs or something like
Vegan
that?
dog, yeah. Like a vegan brand.
You are the king of hot dogs, like good American, like fresh, like nice hot dogs with Nathan's, and you're gonna sign with a competitor? I don't feel bad for the guy. I don't.
Watch it mainly because of the announcers and see how many jaws are. I like, but that's the thing with me. Like, I am always checking, like, hey, what time's the hot dog eating contest? Because it's synonymous with the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm. How many? I think he said dogs ate or something like that. I think that's what he meant.
Okay.
But yeah, it's, like Benedict Chestnut is what I started to call him. Turn his back on hot dogs.
I don't know. I guess Netflix is gonna air something with him and Kobayashi. Like,
he's gonna kill Kobayashi. Kobayashi hasn't competitively ate in like 13 years. It's an easy win for him. But so I'm with you with the hot dogs, mustard all the way with the hot dog, and I can't do sweet relish. I have discovered though that they do sell dill relish, and I will put that on a hot dog for sure. Don't give me the sweet relish stuff. Can't do sweet pickles. Can't do any of that type of stuff.
I can do dill pickle flavored things. I just cannot do dill pickle. Sweet pickle, bread and butter. I'm on it, all over it. Sweet relish, love it. You put dill pickle, like sunflower seeds in front of me. Dill pickle flavored potato chips, I could do. Dill pickle, no. It is disgusting. Man. It is gross. And the best dill pickle is one in the trash. That's it.
You're wrong. That's all I can say is dill pickles
100% right.
Dill pickles are America. So you're wrong. Dill all the way. If you ever gave me a bread and butter pickle, you will get slapped with said pickle. I will tell you that right now. Or a sweet pickle. I cannot do it. It is gross.
Challenge accepted, sir. Challenge accepted.
You're gonna get pickle slapped. That's all I gotta tell you. Don't test me.
Hashtag pickle slapped.
Yeah.
Hashtag pickle slapped.
Don't test me. You're gonna at least get it thrown at you if I can't reach you. That's all I got.
Just say I'll eat it. Whatever.
So, but no, they make dill relish anyways, I discovered that recently, and that's on me. I should have looked harder for it. But yeah, dill relish, I can do it. But like hot dogs and the West Virginia dog, right? Are you
Mhm.
aware what the West Virginia dog is?
I mean, I grew up eating T&L hot dogs. Of course, I know what it is.
Okay, some people don't know.
It's what
Nacho
is it,
cheese,
mustard,
bacon, and ketchup.
mustard,
From
onion.
from the start, you go dog,
Mhm.
chili, you go sauerkraut, onion, mustard. That is the traditional West Virginia dog, which I thought at first because I wasn't a big like extra toppings on my hot dog guy, but
Mhm.
man, West Virginia dog, it is something to behold. It's so different. It's so good. Everything works together. But
And well,
go ahead.
T&L hot dog, repping T&L hot dog. Love me some T&L hot dog. If you guys never had T&L hot dogs,
Mhm,
I used to have it in Clarksburg, Bridgeport, West Virginia. Dave's famous T&L hot dog. Loved it. It was more the they used to have it in what they have still have it in Rosebud Plaza in Clarksburg. Um, it has like a 50s diner feel to it, which is actually
mhm.
what I really enjoy. Which, fun fact about me, I love like 40s and 50s like era music, time, whatever. Um,
The
that's
aesthetic's a cool one for sure.
absolutely, and that to me is what made it. And obviously, growing up, like yeah, mild, medium, or hot sauce, mustard, onion, and coleslaw is what they have for
Yep.
their West Virginia dog. Coney Island is hot, obviously the
And
sauce, mustard.
the sauce is chili.
Well, yes, of
Yeah, yeah,
course.
yeah. Just
You know,
make it just like for clarification, the sauce is chili, is what they're
absolutely.
calling it.
To
So,
me, I'm rocking a Coney Island dog. I'm rocking the chili, the mustard, the onion, and the cheddar. Like it's a chili cheese dog.
mhm.
Uh, throw me some ketchup on that bad boy too. But yes, so I am aware of the West Virginia dog, of course.
And you know what? And this is kind of it might sound like blasphemous for hot dogs. I get it. Because a good hot dog on the grill is really, really good.
Hmm.
But if you cheat and put a hot dog in an air fryer, it'll be the best hot dog you ever had in your entire life. Um, somehow, some way with how like the air fryer cooks the hot dog, it gets a nice like crispy outside, like not super crispy, but like it's like a sturdy hot dog, and then like the bite
Hmm.
is just it's the best bite of you'll ever have, and
That's
it's
damn it.
amazing.
Now you got me wanting one. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen.
Actually, I'll
But
tell you, and I don't know if you've ever had it, and for us locals here, from the Fort Ashby area, if you guys ever get a chance to hit up Evans Dairy Dip here in Fort
mhm,
Ashby, right in the square, they actually have what they call the dip dog, and it's actually really good. It is a foot long, I believe it's a foot long dog, and they have their own spicy relish. So good. It's got a little kick to it. It really does, but it's
I'm
on I think
skeptical.
a sesame seed bun, I believe, and it's a foot long dog with the spicy relish. Oh,
If it's sweet
shout
pickle
out
based, I'm
Evans
gonna
Dairy
hate it.
Dip. Shout out Corner Bistro. The Evanses who have it. Love your food, delicious. Mwah. So go on, but yeah, you ever get a chance, try the dip dog from Evans Dairy Dip in Fort Ashby.
If it's a sweet relish, a sweet pickle relish based like spicy relish, I'm not gonna like it.
It's a
But
pickled relish, but it's spicy pickled. It's so good.
but is it sweet though? Is it like sweet pickle relish?
It's got more heat to it than sweet.
I'd have to probably try it first. I mean, I'd try it. I wouldn't just like kick it before I tried it. But if it's sweet pickle, it's gonna have an uphill battle. That's all I got to tell you.
Yeah, and knowing your palate, it is a
It,
huge uphill battle. Yes.
yeah, and again, I'll try it. It is whatever. But so another good topping for not necessarily hot dogs, but like if you're gonna go with like the Italian sausage route or like a bratwurst or something like that, pepper relish is really, really good. Um, it's another one of those that gives you like a nice like little like pickled pepper, like tang but spiciness with it as well.
I
Delicious.
don't know. I don't know why my first like you started pickled pepper like after the Peter, he picked a lot
Yeah.
of them.
He picked a lot of 'em. But no, like if you've had a Jersey Mike's before, right?
Not in a long time, but yes.
Have you ever, like, so their pepper relish that they have with like their Mike's Way?
Okay.
It's kind of like they sell that in jars and I think at the store now,
Huh.
and it's amazing. On you can put on burgers, you can put on your subs, you can put on your hot dogs, your sausages, whatever. It's awesome.
Yeah, so their dip dog is a foot-long hot dog with chili, cheese, and pepper relish on it.
I'm in.
So good.
I'm
It
in.
is
If
so
it's
good.
pepper relish, I'm in.
It's got a little kick to it, I'm telling you. It really does.
I'm in. I didn't stutter.
I didn't stutter, homie.
I didn't stutter.
So,
I'll go.
yeah, give it a shot. At $4.50 for the hot dog. I mean, but yeah. So, yes, we actually just talked about that,
We just
JP.
talked about JP, but again, Benedict Chestnut. If you just joined in, I do think it's going to lose some fans. I do, like, if I'm being real, it's definitely going to lose some of the appeal, but it could bring in more fans because, like, finally, like, it's going to be not Joey Chestnut winning
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So it could be actually a more like enjoyable competition, like a more of like a sport where it's like the outcome isn't already technically predetermined because everybody knew Joey was going to win every single year.
Yeah, you're going to see people eating hot dogs in like the 40 to 45 range and not the 70 range, you know.
Yeah, he was lapping people. I mean,
Uh,
man,
how long? And we talking like with bun, with water?
I'm not going to dip my
'Cause
hot dog bun in water. That sounds so gross.
I mean, yeah, it is, but
Yeah, seeing them do that on TV, man, I'm like, you're turning your bun back into like dough, and you're just trying to like drink your hot dog bun at that point. That sounds so gross.
like right, I just looked it up. Joey Chestnut ate 76 hot dogs in 2020, and the next person, like the second place person, 30, he beat by 33.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. It's going to be a better competition. You're not going to see giant numbers, but it's going to be a better competition. So you said contest. How long do they get on the contest? Is it like 10 minutes?
I think it is something around that 12. So yeah, it's somewhere around 10 to 12 minutes.
5. that's pushing it. And that is pushing it. I have no idea how my man chokes down 72 of those things in like 15
5.
minutes. 5.
That's bun and all.
Yeah, I'll eat 3 and I want to die. I could probably like push myself to get 2 more, but that's it.
Now is that plain dog? Because I gotta have something on the dog, you know.
It has to be a plain dog because it's contest rules.
Mm.
Like they're not up there like putting condiments on their dogs and then just
I know, but and it might be 10 minutes, but I think it is 10 minutes. Now that I look it up, but yes, it is. The length of the contest has changed over the years. Previously 12 minutes, and even some years 3.5. But since 2008, it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah, 5.
Stop thinking with 5. It's a solid,
Max.
hard number. That's it.
Even if it was 12 minutes, I'm thinking I'm doing 5. I'm just saying, give me 25 and I'm still doing 5 probably.
Jesus, what hot dog are you like? Do you have no stomach?
Have you not tried to eat hot dogs fast?
In 10 minutes, I'm okay, maybe 5. But in 25 minutes, I could probably put down 8 to 10.
I would have to see that for sure. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd have to see it. Like buns and dogs, 10 and 25 minutes. Are you kidding me?
Oh no, 999 challenge. Don't even talk about it. No, can't do it. I'd be drunk by the third inning.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it sounds doable, right? It does sound doable, right? Because innings can be kind of long. But if you try to procrastinate, quick double play, you got to house that thing, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. You gotta take that shit to the dome. Like,
Yeah.
go.
Like, oh no, ground ball.
Up, pop out, double play. Base hit, double play, 8-pitch inning. Oh crap.
And if you're dealing with a ground ball guy, you got to be on your toes because it can be like a 4-pitch inning real quick, especially with a pitch timer now too. That adds a whole
Or
nother element to it.
as I say, or you get to Anthony Santander or something like that, where he has a 13 pitch or 18 pitch at bat, and you're thinking, come on.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it sounds doable, but it's also, like Doogie said, it'd be too expensive. That's the biggest part of it, I think.
Yeah, and you're gonna feel like absolute dog shit after. Like,
yeah,
you think you felt bad after walking Hershey Park over the Sunday afternoon.
Indoor golf, hit me up, he says.
Oh yeah, I could. That'd be awesome. Indoor golf. Don't sleep on indoor golf, by the way. Awesome.
I've done indoor putt-putt before. It's kind of sweet.
So anyway, so the big surprise, actually, and I do want to mention, we'll continue this for just a couple more minutes, but I do want to mention the surprise. Next week, we're actually going to have a guest. You saw she commented earlier. We're going to have Danielle Hours, who is a local author. She has actually had a book published. It is a children's book. Give me a second, and I will tell you the exact name of it. It's with a unicorn. I mean, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to, not do the book justice. So give me 1 second, and I will tell you exactly what the name of that book is. The name of the book is If I Were a Unicorn, and it's right there. If I Were a Unicorn by Danielle Hours. She's actually going up.
She just commented it.
Yep. I got you, Danielle. I got you. If I Were a Unicorn. You can actually find it on Amazon. Type in If I Were a Unicorn, Danielle Hours. If you don't mind, Danielle, what is the price on that book so that we can shout that out too? But yes, illustrated by Shahani Koshila. Probably butchered that, but there it is. If I Were a Unicorn. That's her little girl. Sorry, trying to get to the picture there. Not trying to show a kid there. Anyway, there it is. If I Were a Unicorn. It's on Amazon. Check it out. She's actually going to be our guest next week. So really excited about that. And we'll talk about her book, what led her to, writing a book, and may even have a surprise or two to talk about with her as well. It is $11.99 on Amazon. So check it out. If I Were a Unicorn by Danielle Hours. And Amazon.com for $11.99. So I actually might purchase that and maybe have the author sign it at some point. Maybe make a little special for you or for me. So I'm sure my little man would really love it. So next week, author Danielle Hours, from originally right here in good old Mineral County. So excited a bit.
I was gonna say you asked her to ask what the price was, but it's almost like you have a giant book of information right in front of you.
Maybe I don't know. I mean, I figured by the time that I said, "Hey, how much is it? Where can it be found?" She would have mentioned it, and there it is. So we're definitely excited to have you on next week as well, Danielle. Thank you so much for agreeing to be on with us. But yeah, fellow Frankfurt Falcon, student. I can't. Like I said, I can't call myself an alum because I didn't technically graduate there. So, but I went there, and they say
it doesn't even go here. You don't even go here. So
yeah, you shut your mouth. Hey, once a Falcon, always a Falcon. That's the rule.
I don't know.
So
anyway, were there for like a semester? Get out of here.
Shoot, I went to middle school for 2 years and high school for 2 years. So
yeah,
over half of 4 years of my 13 years of schooling. So, 12 years of schooling. If you want to count kindergarten, it's 13, but whatever. So a quarter of my schooling went to a Frankfurt school. So
yeah, but where's the most though? Was it like Bridgeport or some shit?
Actually, no. It was no, probably, believe it or not, Hampshire County, because I went to part of first grade, second and third grade at Springfield Green Spring Elementary, which is, of course, getting ready to shut down. Then fourth, fifth, and sixth grade were in Harrison County. Seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th were in Mineral County. 11th and 12th were in Hampshire County. So I guess technically of my schooling years, 6 years out of my entire year or like entire life was dedicated to a Hampshire County school.
Yeah, you're green over there. We're blue over here. Let's call it how it is.
Unfortunately, it is the shade of blue here I do actually enjoy, even though it is very closely related to that Carolina blue that I can't stand. But I will rock a Frankfurt blue. So, Columbia is different than Carolina. So
it is. It's a different shade.
It is, yeah, but it's all blue. But anyway. So Marcus, get out of here. So anyway, so here it is, coming up on almost an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. It's 2 days away, as I mentioned, 4th of July. What we've talked about what it means to us, the different traditions that we have, the food. I'm excited. I mean, we didn't really get into like the history of, hey, we're excited, the Paul Revere's, of the conversations and, just America's birthday. We didn't really get into that, but that's okay. If you read your history books, if you don't know. But I don't know, like what's most exciting for you coming up this weekend, and how do you want to end this, E?
Again, it's about. I mean, this weekend's my dad's birthday, and I think that we're actually having crab legs this weekend, so I think that's kind of exciting. Okay. Anytime you get to throw down with some crab legs and have a good time with the family.
I'm kind of with Coach Simpson here. Like, I'm about to I'll make the drive out to Old Knobley Road to come out for some crab legs for Papa Landis's birthday.
Yeah. So, he's he made a deal with me. He said he'll provide the crab legs if I cook it. So I can't really turn that down.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, me specifically, I actually prefer shrimp over crab legs, but I mean, I'll eat some crab legs.
So that's another conversation,
Oh yeah, as Camden's mom would say, I could eat my body weight in shrimp. 1, she isn't lying, and 2, so could I.
It depends on how they're prepared. It's all about the preparation, right? Shrimp by themselves are not as tasty as a crab leg by itself. Like if you give them both next to each other, no seasoning, nothing like that, I think a crab leg definitely is better. There are things you can make with shrimp that are far and away amazing, and like same thing with crab legs too. But I think like at their base, without any type of seasonings, or if you're just doing like butter, like dipping in butter, crab leg wins every time, at least in my opinion.
I think it's because there's so much more work, and you make fun of me all you want, but to me, I think there's more work involved in crab legs and crabs in general. Now, grandparents lived right outside of Baltimore for 15 years, and my grandfather used to get all of his crabs right off of the dock right behind his house. Love me some crabs. Don't get me wrong. I don't know what it is about crab legs. It's just it's different. So,
see, blue crabs are different. I agree. Blue crabs, they're a lot more work for a lot less like product, I guess. Mm-hmm. It tastes amazing, right? But the crap you got to go through to get to it, it almost outweighs the like how good the crab actually is. But like a good like snow crab leg or like the king crab legs or whatever, once you get into a rhythm, it's easy.
I'll say this. Crab flavored things outweigh shrimp flavored things.
What do you mean?
Like I'll take like a crab flavored, which is probably just going to be Old Bay. But like if it's you know what I mean? Like if it's like Old Bay flavored, which kind of gives me the idea of like crab seasoning, or which obviously it is, like it makes me think like crabs. It doesn't make me think shrimp. But like I could eat just by themselves, I can eat shrimp all day long. I mean, I could eat pounds of shrimp. But me, like just like I guess maybe I'm crazy. Like I said, like if I get like a crab flavored, like an Old Bay flavored thing, like I look at Old Bay as crab flavor, not shrimp flavored. Like you get ramen noodle, shrimp flavored ramen noodle. It doesn't do it for me. But I'll eat shrimp. I love shrimp. But like if it's shrimp flavored, if that makes sense.
But I'm telling you though, if you get your crab legs boiled with a little bit of like the Zatarain's crab boil like mixture concoction that they sell in a little bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also have these little like crab boil packets that you can throw in there too with your crab legs. It spices it up and it adds so much to it. And then the dipping sauce is what gets you with the crab legs, because if you have a nice like garlic lemon butter sauce, it's next level.
Well, it's like Marcus said, like crab fries. Are you eating shrimp fries? I mean, I probably would, but
it's the texture is different. You'd almost have to like blend up the shrimp into like a paste almost to get the kind of same consistency.
Like crab mac and cheese or lobster mac and cheese, I will eat all day long. I don't know if I'd eat shrimp mac and cheese.
So good.
Yeah,
I would do shrimp mac for sure.
I mean, that's not my first choice, but that's just me.
And I think it's the consistency type of thing, because the shrimp are more firm than the crab legs are for sure.
Gotcha. That's fair.
You know what I mean? It's again all in preparation, man. It's all about the preparation.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and turn down crab legs. I'm sure as hell not going to turn down shrimp. That's just me. But I think if I had to choose, 10 pounds of crab legs or 10 pounds of shrimp, unfortunately, of me, I'm choosing 10 pounds of shrimp.
Yeah, I'm going
That's
crab
just
legs
me.
for sure. I feel like I could eat 10 pounds of crab legs over the 10 pounds of shrimp more efficiently.
Yeah. I mean,
it just seems lighter, you know?
I guess. I mean, maybe. So yeah, maybe that's something we should add to our 4th of July. Shrimp or crab legs. That does sound pretty good.
Summer seafood, man. Shrimp wimpy. Yeah, but yeah, that's another thing though about summers too, and 4th of July. Like again, it's kind of like more of like a whole summer theme, is like, like seafood and that type of stuff, and it's more in season because people are out, fishing and that type of stuff. It's always, seafood is so good, and like the summertime, it just reminds you of like the beach sometimes too. I think that's another thing.
That's probably it. So, you got anything else, man? That's pretty much all I had. I mean,
no, dude, I'm good. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm ready for, whatever the 4th of July brings, whether it be, a longer weekend or not. But I'm all ready for it. You know me, I'll be manning the grill one way or the other, or manning the kitchen one way or the other. So
yeah,
we'll see how
I gotcha.
it plays out.
Definitely gotcha. Well, like I said earlier, like I am 1000%, and we'll have to figure out the logistics of this, but I am all for figuring out a 4th of July annual wiffle ball home run derby for us, for the group chat, for anybody who wants to join, that's watching. Coach Simpson, you want to roll down here in the old HCO and Mineral County or wherever we're at. He's real familiar with Mineral County and Hampshire County. I'm pro home run derby. And it fits right about the time of the Major League Baseball All-Star Game too. So, which also has home run derby. So,
don't they have a wiffle ball park in Morgantown?
I don't know, Coach. Do they have a wiffle ball park in Morgantown?
I could have swore they had wiffle ball fields somewhere.
I know they got mini golf, which that's another thing. That's another surprise coming your way too, by the way. Mini golf surprise, which we'll get to another episode, but keep an eye out for the mini golf episode. You won't want to miss that one. I promise.
But yeah, I swear there's a wiffle ball field in Morgantown somewhere.
I don't know of one, but
I mean, we both lived there for a combined like 10, 11 years. So
shit, dude, I lived there for almost 15 myself.
There you go. There you go.
But then again, I didn't know that they not only do they now have one, but they have two mini golf courses in Morgantown, one of which is indoor.
Where's that? I didn't know that.
Yes, so they are both they're actually both close to Coach Simpson's house. One on, I know the 18-hole outdoor course is up this god awful hill. You got to have 4-wheel drive to get up to that bad boy. But it is. Give me a second. That's another. Do you call it mini golf or putt putt? What's your go-to on that one?
I'm a putt putt guy.
So, Mountaineer Miniature Golf and Chip is actually on Point Marion Road in Morgantown. So, basically Route 119.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going up Route 119 from the Mile Ground or from the airport exit, and if you hit the, what is it called? The little Circle K there at the corner of 119 and like Canyon Road, you've gone too far. Okay. So, I can tell you that. So it's all outdoor. Looks really nice, and they're open like really late too in the summertime too. But they're open. It looks like 7 days a week through the summer. And then there is an indoor. It's called Cryptid Mountain Miniature Golf, and it is on it's at 950 Parkway Drive. It is an indoor course. Doesn't stay open nearly as late. And is only, I think,
is that
it's 13 holes, but it's like glow in the dark.
What was that drive again?
For the Parkway Drive in Morgantown. So it's actually over toward like in between Saberton and South Park.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Now I know where Parkway Drive is now.
Yeah, right off of Kingwood Pike and Dorsey Avenue. Yeah, over that way.
Yep. I do know where that's at.
Yep. Actually, like I said, it's the outdoor one is literally right up the road from Coach Simpson's house in Morgantown. No, I will not disclose where his house is. So, but yeah, so it's literally right there. Like if you've hit the Circle K, you've gone too far, but you really got to watch because it's a hidden driveway. And when I say it is like, I'm trying to figure out my camera here, like when it is like this driving up that thing, you have to have like 4-wheel drive to get up to that hill.
You mean just about like every road in Morgantown is like this or like this?
That's a fair statement. That is an absolute fair statement. Yes. Don't recommend
like
driving.
This.
Yes, don't recommend driving in Morgantown in the winter for sure. But yeah, so they got one. They got 2 in Morgantown. We're gonna have one here pretty close in Mineral County. In the next, I think the open date is in August sometime, but I will get back to you on that one.
Remember there used to be one outside the bowler over in
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Love that little mini golf course outside the bowler. RIP the bowler. I love you. I miss you. I wish you came back. And damn you Sheets for putting it there over top of the old bowler. Wow. Which, hey, by the way, fun fact, I have a brick from the old bowler building that my aunt was able to get.
Yeah.
Yes. So
the way I hear it, that the bowler was on its last leg. And the Sheets kind of just put it out of its misery at that point.
Well, and I could be wrong, but from what I understand was the family, like the younger generation of the family that owned the bowler, I guess the older owners were retiring or either passed away or retired, and the children of the owners didn't want to run it anymore, so they sold it.
I heard the finances were kind of not in a good spot.
And that could be it too. Definitely don't want to assume or say, "Oh yeah, that's what it was," because obviously didn't have a part of it. But just reading,
hey, Coach is out here throwing out invites.
Throwing out invites on his dime. Like, no, Coach, I love you, buddy, I do, but I promise, I'm an almost 40-year-old man who aches and hurts all the time. I can throw out $20, for mini golf or indoor golf again. Which, by the way, like I said, don't sleep on indoor golf. Love it. But you're too good to me, Coach. I appreciate you.
You know what? So like actually, when Marcus and I, now you're talking about indoor putt, by the way.
I say putt. Yes.
Marcus and I were at a baseball showcase in Washington, PA, and we went to an indoor putt-putt course, which it was at a mall, which was kind of sweet. I don't know if Marcus remembers that or not, but it was like glow in the dark too. It was awesome.
That could be fun.
I'll see if he responds if he remembers it, because I do remember it. It was really fun. Yeah, we were out there for a showcase. There he is. Yeah, he remembers.
There he is.
Yeah, Washington, PA. There's one. And you know what? You guys are trying to get me golfing. You know what I will do with you guys? I will go to a Top Golf with you guys for sure.
That's fair. And I've never been to one. I tried to go to one in Myrtle Beach last year, and there was like an 8-hour wait for walk-ups.
There's one about 45 minutes from me. It's in Loudoun County. It's in near Fairfax.
Yep. As I say, there's one there. There's one right outside of Pittsburgh. So, I mean, within 2 to 2.5 hours of here, anywhere, you know. So,
and they open late too. They're open they open like real early to late. So, again, I'll do that with you guys for sure. That's something I'd be into, is doing Top Golf and just having a good time hanging out with the boys there. And, we'll do that sometime for sure.
Absolutely. There you go, Coach. There's your invite for Top Golf, and maybe Ethan and I can scrounge up, $20 a piece, and we'll give you on our dime. So
the swing's not pretty, I'll tell you that much, right? And that's one of the biggest things for me, is it's like I get frustrated, and like I feel like I should be able to hit a ball at stationary. I can hit a ball coming at me at 90 miles an hour. Why can't I hit this ball at stationary?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't always have to be pretty, but you get the girl to the dance, you're in good shape. So,
well, we'll see how it goes. But again, I don't know how long they're open, if they're seasonal or not. But yeah, I'd be up for the one near Pittsburgh. I'd be up for the one out this way, whatever.
Sounds good to me. So, noted. So, as again, man, I mean, that's pretty much all I had. I mean, it was more of a 4th of July / off the rails conversation, but you know what? That's what makes for a good podcast. I mean, it's not, and don't get me wrong, I love the fact that we talk about one specific topic, but to have just the freedom to, and it's fitting that I say freedom, the freedom to just talk about whatever we can, whatever comes to our mind, to not really necessarily have like a scripted plan every week, to come on here to try to entertain the half a dozen people that actually watch, So,
I never have a plan. I never
got to start somewhere. So, and I say that jokingly, but I am thankful for everybody that does watch, everybody that shares, whatever it may be. That is one thing I would love to do, is play a round of golf with Coach Simpson, but I am gonna have to win the lottery because that man is a betting man, and I don't know if I'm that good yet. So,
I'll be along for the ride. I'll take the scores down.
Yeah, you can ride in the cart, and you can be the beer girl. You know what I mean?
Hey, whatever, man.
Ethan, give me a beer, and I'll have one. So then that way I don't get too drunk and play horribly. So
that's the plan, though, for Coach. He's gonna get you off your game and take all your money.
I know you weren't there for that conversation with Coach. I'm serious. I want to get on at the Pines. I never played there and would like to. So let me know what we can do in that one. But yeah, so I'm definitely down for all of that. But like I said, it's a lot of fun to be able to come on here and chit chat and just, I don't want to say air anything out, because there's nothing really to air out, but just have some fun, BS for an hour and a half, and just have no real scripted conversation, which makes it a lot more fun, but just have a little bit of an idea and just go with it. So these are always
you're like, hey, do you want to talk about this? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever.
And that's it, guys. Like, that is legit our conversation. Hey, what do you think about this topic? All right, I'm down.
Do you have anything you want to talk about? I'll figure it out.
Yeah, but we'll figure that shit out. We'll go
figure it out. Whatever.
Off the top of the dome. That's how he works best. Just feed him dill pickles and give him some time, and he'll figure it out.
Man.
So, All right, man. Well, of course, I'll be hitting you up and almost flag stick time. That is true. That is true. That's
Bring
a
good
story
wine,
for
he says.
yeah.
Coach.
I don't know. I don't know his palate for wine, so it's
I'll tell you what mine is. Not a palate for wine. That's me. I can't do it.
son of a bitch. No, it's wine is good, but it's got
That
to
is not.
be a red dry.
He said,
That's
I'll
me.
get you there.
Yeah. He's a wine guy, and I'm okay with it. So
I'll take you up on some craft brews or something, but I can't do the wine. It's just
and I know I gave a shout out to Frankfurt High School baseball team won the state championship. Also want to give a shout out, obviously because he's watching, he's listening. Want to give a shout out to the West Virginia Leviathan semi-pro football team, who I have had the graciousness and I don't even know what other words I can really say, but I've had the joy, the pleasure, the graciousness of being able to call their games this year, their home games this year, on YouTube and Facebook. Actually, I'm sorry, it's just through Facebook because we never did get figured the YouTube part out of it. But Coach Simpson has been so gracious to me, has been gracious to Mac Leisure, for all that we have done to be able to provide them with play-by-play for their home games this year. Coach, as always, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, all you've done for me this year. If you guys haven't had a chance, check us out. Check them out. They are 4-1 this year, and as he noted earlier, they are actually top 10 in semi-pro in the nation. So, shout out to all the boys on the team. To sit here and name them off, I couldn't do them all. Couldn't name them all off, and I don't want to miss anybody. I don't want to say, oh, this one player, this guy, and then not mention all of them. So, shout out to the entire West Virginia Leviathan organization as a whole, coaches, players, staff, wives, significant others, everybody involved in that program. Thank you. Appreciate you guys, everything. You guys are awesome. Check them out. West Virginia Leviathan. Their next home game actually is going to be July 13th at Morgantown High School, where it has been all season. Come out, support them. I mean, it's football. Well, yeah, technically you are 5-1 with the cancellation and all, and so yes, so technically 5-1. Don't want to short their wins, but 5-1 football in July. You know what I mean? In Morgantown, it's $10 admission. Come out, have fun, or like I said, watch me and Mac Leisure on the play call. Last week actually, or 2 weeks ago, was just myself calling the game. Matt couldn't make it, but still had a blast, still had some help. So just it's a fun time. It's a chance to come out, enjoy. I mean, heck, it's a family environment and it's football, so you can't go wrong. So yeah, just check them out. Like I said, West Virginia Leviathan, check out their Facebook page. Add them, follow them, add me, Open Fields Podcast, or Ryan Fields, whatever it may be. But yeah, so that's all I got, man. It's almost as Marcus put it. It is almost flag stick time, which we play PGA golf pretty much almost every night on PlayStation. But that's a nickname I've given Marcus, is flag stick, because he hits more flag sticks on the game than actually wins holes in the game. So
no, he wins the holes, but when we play skins, I need you to tie him so then I can go swoop in on one hole and take 12 skins. So, but
anything you got? Anything else, man?
No, man, I gotta whip up some food first. I'm starving. So
yeah, I got Taco Bell from earlier, which I don't think that's going to be the smart choice. But you know what? I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess. So it is what it is.
I have everything already prepped out and it's on the counter. So all I got to do is
he's ready to go.
Everything. So
look at that. My man's got a plan. Look at that.
Yep.
So, all right, buddy. Well, as always, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. From me, from Ethan, from everybody. I mean, it's pretty much just us two running the show here, So I want to say you guys have a happy and safe 4th of July. Enjoy the time that you have with whether it be friends, family, by yourself, it just all, whatever it is. Have a safe and happy 4th of July. But we will be back next week with our guest Danielle Hours. Really looking forward to that. So E, buddy, I know I'll be talking to you. Obviously, we talk every day. But I do want to say, hey, happy 4th of July. Enjoy the time with your family and everybody. Happy birthday to your dad. Don't be surprised if I may show up on Saturday, because if I smell those crab legs, I'll bring a birthday card if it means getting some crab legs. So, but yes, so for me to Ethan, thank you guys again for watching. Happy 4th of July. And we'll see you next week.
Praise Hail, praise Dale, baby.